As you take a look at Kevin Garnett, 6'11", 220, the young superstar for the T-Wolves. As the Pistons control the tip, Grant Hill, and matched up right away, Dan Issel, by Kevin Garnett.
Well, this will be the featured matchup, and both these young players, very athletic and very complete players. It'll be an interesting matchup and have a lot to do with the outcome of the game.
Kevin Garnett at the top of the key, hands it off to Marbury, slashes through the lane, and Marbury gets the T-Wolves on the board for the first time.
And Dan, that's what Marbury does best. He gets to the paint, he either scores or dishes. It doesn't make any difference to him.
Dumars and Porter came into the league 13 years ago at the same time. They did meet in the NBA Finals when Porter was a member of the Portland Trailblazers. Nice soft hook in the lane by Grant Hill. Terry Porter, who has a streak of games going. He's played all 82 games the past 2 seasons in his first 2 with the Minnesota Timberwolves as Grant Hill is on the mark. Mitchell in that spot for Gugliotta, who's having ankle surgery in New York on Tuesday. He is gone for the year, so the T-Wolves try to survive without their leading scorer as Grant Hill is getting off early. He's got 3 buckets and 6 points. Reed with 5 points early. Garnett trying to get on the board for the first time and does. So versatile. Garnett gets loose.
I don't think that Roberts has the quickness to stay with Brian Williams.
And the Pistons would like to have Williams for the full complement of this game as Garnett hits the jumper. He's got 6.
And the thing about Sam Mitchell is when he gets on a roll, he can light it up in a hurry. He can go for periods when you don't even know he's on the floor, and then he can get 3 or 4 or 5 baskets in a row.
Grant Hill on the mark, and Hill has 8, his first bucket and first points of the second quarter. Dumars off the pick and wanted a foul. Looks at the official, says, come on. Where was it?
He said, you know I had to be fouled. I wouldn't miss it that bad.
Marbury can be a streaky shooter as well. Lately, he's had his shooting woes from beyond the three-point arc, but he's on the mark there. Dumars pulls up, off the mark for 3.
The Timberwolves got lucky that time because both defenders ran under the basket and Dumars had a wide open shot.
Action moving quickly up and down the floor. Marbury scores it. Garnett looking for Porter off his fingertips. Hammonds has it. 10 on the shot clock as the T-Wolves try to regroup. Porter tries from 3 and he's got it.
Well, he had to get the wind velocity on that last shot. It didn't hit anything, but on that one, Dan, he found nothing but net.
10 points for Terry Porter, whose minutes have continued to increase with Gugliotta out of the lineup. Another 13-year veteran, Joe Dumars. So a little bit of a show here from Dumars and Porter.
And these 2 veterans saying, young fellas, this is the way you get it done.
And again, Hill working on Garnett. 6'8" against 6'11". Hill over Garnett. Nothing but net. As Garnett misses, Stanley Roberts is there with another miss. And out comes Lindsey Hunter. Joe Dumars spotting from 3. Pistons on a 12-3 run and with a 3-point lead with just about 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
And they're going to their hot man. They continue to look for Dumars.
Dumars is feeling it. 19 points for Dumars. His average on the season is under 12.
And here's Dumars again. Marbury trying to cover him one-on-one. He shoots a fall-away jumper. He came out in 1985, Dan. The Nuggets absolutely loved him, but I had retired, so the Nuggets took Blair Rasmussen when Dumars came out of McNeese State.
A little bit of an error there. Garnett feeling it. And Garnett's got his 10th point.
And Flip telling us yesterday that he knew he had an offensive game, but Peeler better defensively.
Nice turnaround by Grant Hill, and he's got 14. Dumars with the bucket and the foul. Pistons have taken somewhat control of this game in the third quarter. Anthony Peeler to Garnett. The Pistons wanted a walk, but Garnett gets the bounce.
With this lineup on the floor for the T-Wolves, they're going to have to look at Peeler to bring them some offense.
He gives it over to Marbury, who scores it, and Marbury has 9 points on the afternoon.
And Alvin must have gotten the word across to his team. 11 second chance points in the first half, only 2 in the second half.
Kevin Garnett with a nice turnaround. Well, it's at points like this in games where the Detroit Pistons have not managed to hold on to leads, close out games, as Garnett Heats up, nice turnaround. Marbury looking for a little breathing room around Stackhouse. Hammonds back out to Porter. Over to Garnett, open for the baseline jumper. And Garnett has 18. Brian Williams backing in on Hammonds, and what quickness showed by B-Dub, as they call it. Hunter finds Williams with a double pump. Brian Williams is there to jam it home. Brian Williams has come up with some key big buckets for Detroit. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brian Williams forces his way in again.
Well, you like to see that. Brian Williams missed the wide open jumper, but has the confidence to come back and take another tough shot.
The lead is 3. You see the time left in the game. Marbury forcing his way in for the bucket and the foul. 16 points for Marbury. 26 seconds left. Pistons with a 2-point lead in the hands of Stephon Marbury. Just about a second differential in the shot clock. Marbury is loose. Drives the lane and a nice follow by Cherokee Parks. What a follow by Parks. Garnett gets it in. Marbury with a double pump. Never had a chance, way short, and we are headed to OT. Hammonds has 12. Long one on the way for Lindsey Hunter, and he's got the 3. 12 points for Hunter. 92-91. Pistons with a 1-point lead. Marbury feeding Garnett, and Garnett has it. Kevin Garnett with his 20th point. Porter over to Hammonds. Garnett now defended by Jerome Williams, looking for some daylight, comes up and nails it. Garnett's got 22. And the T-Wolves within 1 as we approach the minute mark. 2 big free throws by Williams, and the Pistons lead is back up to 3 with a minute left.
Jerome shooting only 62% from the free throw line.
What a three-pointer by Stephon Marbury. And he's got 19, and we're tied at 98. Just about 16 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Marbury forcing his way in. Off-balance shot is good. What a shot by Marbury. He's got 21. Minnesota by 2. We're in overtime. Grant Hill to the bucket. Followed by Brian Williams, slams it home, and we're tied at 100. Stephon Marbury. Picked up by Jerry Stackhouse. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. It's going to be Marbury through the lane. And with the miss, Brian Williams clears it, and we head to a second overtime. Again, Grant Hill has yet to score in the fourth quarter or the first overtime period, and we hear again from Joe Dumars, who now has 26. Grant Hill slows the pace down a bit here. Garnett leaves him wide open, and Grant Hill nails it. Well, his first bucket in a long time. 104-104. Almost 2 minutes into the second overtime. Marbury wanted to dump it off to Garnett. He regains control of it. Regains control again and drops in the soft hook.
Well, he is so quick around the basket. You would think a man of his size wouldn't be that quick back to the basketball, but he sure is.
Grant Hill working against Garnett. That's been the matchup most of the game, and Hill beginning to find his touch again. He's got 18.
Well, Hill's going to continue to shoot that shot from the perimeter till Garnett gets up and makes him put the ball on the floor.
Look at Marbury just blow by Stackhouse on the baseline. And it's Grant Hill who's on Marbury. He finds a little opening and hits the 3. 26 for Stephon. Grant Hill, we'll see if Garnett gives him a little bit of cushion. Instead, Hill over to Dumars. Arcing shot, and it's good. Dumars has 28. Minnesota with a chance to win it. Marbury will bring it up at a leisurely pace again. And again, he waits till 5 seconds are left before he starts his drive. Kicks it out to Garnett, and Garnett wins it. Up, still 1.2 left. 115-113. But from young superstar to the other 21-year-old. Marbury to Garnett. Grant Hill lobbing it in, and they never got their hands on it. Finally, this one is in the books. In 2 overtimes, the Minnesota Timberwolves snap a 3-game losing streak and knock off the Detroit Pistons 115 to 113.